Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Spencer, and I'm so happy to be joining you for Feel Good Friday, or as I'd like to say, Feel Good Fry. Yay. I think I can speak for everyone when I say I'm looking forward to the weekend. Each week I'm going to be bringing you a video, and at the beginning of the video we're going to do a Friday Feel Good check-in, followed by a short chat, and then an activity. Of course it will be a fun activity because it is Feel Good Friday, and then we'll end the video with either a brain teaser or a riddle or a brain break or something that will keep our brain working a little bit until I can get to see you again next Friday. So to start, we're going to start with our Friday 3, 2, 1 check-in. The first thing is 3 things that made me smile this week, followed by 2 words that describe my week, and then 1 thing that I'm planning to do this weekend. And for my younger friends, maybe you'd like to draw a picture of what you would like to be doing this weekend. So to start, 3 things that made me smile this week is, the first one is I got to have a meeting with some of my coworkers, and it was really awesome to see everybody and hear all the positive things and some of the challenges that we've all had while we've had to stay at home. But it did bring a smile to my face just to see everybody. The next thing that brought a smile to my face is just being able to spend time with my family. It's been great that my girls have been home from college, although I think they would disagree and say it's not been so great, but neither here nor there. It's been great just having dinner together, playing cards, doing some fun things together. And then the last thing that made me smile this week was the sunny day that we had on Wednesday. It was beautiful, and I got to get outside and just feel the sun. The only thing I had a problem with is the chilly weather, and I think Mother Nature is still thinking it's March 24th when it's really April 24th. So hopefully she'll get with the program next week. And the 2 words that describe my week would be that it was very, very busy, and the other thing is it was kind of stressful, probably the most stressful week that I've had since we've started all of this stay at home. And then the last thing is 1 thing I plan to do this weekend, and I plan to get outside and do a little bit of gardening and planting some of the flowers and plants that I have at my house that I'm ready to plant. So let's go ahead and get started talking about stress a little bit. I think we've all been feeling a little stressed, not even a little bit, maybe even a lot of bit stressed about what's happening. And it's been really hard with some challenges. And stress is something that can either be good or bad. Sometimes there's good stress, and so maybe when we have a test and we're feeling kind of stressed, it might help us to study a little bit harder, or it might help us to really think out how we want to start our day. Other times though, when stress kind of starts to happen every day after day, it really starts to take a toll on our body. And I think that's what happened to Mrs. Spencer this week, because I definitely noticed stress in my body this week. I noticed that I was having some more headaches than I usually do. My neck has been really tight, and especially my back, and I think it's just from doing so much sitting. And so some things that we can do to help with stress is, if we listen to Mrs. A's video on Mindful Monday, she talked about some deep breathing, and sometimes that deep breathing helps to just calm our brain down and help us to get through those moments when we're feeling really stressed. Another thing we can do is movement. There's lots of different movements. We can take like big, long stretches like this, or sometimes we can really tighten our muscles and then just kind of relax them. And then there's some other things that we can do, and I think some of my friends might recognize this and some of these. And sometimes fidgets are great de-stressors too. Sometimes even some Play-Doh or a stress ball might help. And that's what we're going to do today for our fun activity. We're going to go into my kitchen, and I'm going to show you how to make a couple of de-stressors that you can just make from home. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and get started. Hi everyone, so we're back in my kitchen, and today we're going to be making our own little balloon stress balls, and we're also going to be making some cloud dough. So we're going to start first with our balloon stress ball. And we're going to start to make our stress ball. So for that, you're going to need a bowl, an empty water bottle make sure it's dried out, some flour, a balloon, a spoon, half a sheet of paper, and a Sharpie if you have one. Okay. So you're going to take your piece of paper and you're going to take it by the corner and just start to roll it. And this is if you do not have a funnel, and then you make the paper small enough to fit in your water bottle, and you put it in the bottle, and then you open up the hole at the top, so it's like that, and then you'll be able to take your flour and put it in through the funnel and get it into your bottle like this. We're going to take our water bottle and our balloon, and I like to do this over a bowl because it can get a little bit messy. And we're going to take our balloon and make sure it's over our water bottle. We're going to start shaking and squeezing the water bottle, and you can see the flour going into the balloon. And we're going to fill up as much as our balloon as we can with the flour. We just about have it all in there. Cut. Once you have enough flour in your balloon, you're going to peel your balloon off, and this is where it can get messy if you're not pinching the neck of the balloon, and that's why it's a little messy. And then you're going to take your balloon and stretch it out, and probably some of you may have to have a grown-up in your house or an older brother or sister, and tie your stress ball in a knot, and there you go. And then if you'd like, you can take your Sharpie and add a face. My guy's not feeling so good since I already have a happy one. And there you go, your balloon flower stress ball. Now on to our cloud dough. And this is the recipe which I took off of the website www.southernplate.com. And so what you need to do for this activity is you're going to need a bowl, you need cornstarch, and hair conditioner. And any kind of hair conditioner works. Don't use your mom's or your sister's most expensive hair conditioner, just something cheap, whatever you can get your hands on. You need a measuring cup, a spatula, and some food coloring if you have it. You can make it, of course, without having any food coloring. Okay. So I'm going to take my measuring cup and I'm going to measure out. I'm using 1/4 of a cup. If you want a bigger batch, you would just use obviously a bigger measuring cup. I have 1/4 cup of cornstarch, which I'm going to pour in there into my bowl, and then I'm going to take my hair conditioner and I'm going to get 1/4 cup of hair conditioner as well. And it might be easier if you just take the pump off, but here we go. Okay, we're just about to 1/4 cup, and I'll use my spatula and I'm going to scoop it in to my cornstarch, which is already in the bowl. Okay, before we start mixing our cornstarch and our hair conditioner, you're going to measure out about another 1/4 cup. You may not need this. You'll need some of it, but it depends on how you like your dough. And then we're going to just start to, so as we're mixing, you're just going to mix, and it's going to look a little bit like marshmallows as we start to mix. And once you're at that consistency, we're going to start to slowly add in a little bit of cornstarch. Okay. Once you get your mixture to look like pretty creamy, almost like, looks like frosting, this is when I add the food coloring, because I found if I added it later, it didn't mix in as well. So you take your food coloring, 3 or 4 drops depending on how colorful you want it, and you get it all mixed in. And this is still too creamy for the cloud dough, but at least we have our color in there. I think I want to make mine a little bluer. A couple more drops. And I'm going to add another little shake of the cornstarch and mix that in. And we just are going to keep mixing until it gets to a consistency where you can pick it up and mold it, and it doesn't feel too, and it's not sticking but not coming apart in pieces. So at this point, I'm going to try to pick it up, scrape my bowl, This is almost feels like a Play-Doh. I feel like it might need a little more starch. So you just keep adding until you get it to a consistency you like. Okay. So this is what our cloud dough looks like. And what I like to do is store it in a baggie so it stays nice and wet. And anytime if it starts to get too dried out, you can add a little bit more conditioner. So it should keep for, a week or so. And here's the recipe again on www.southernplate.com, and you can just Google cloud dough and that will come up. There's the recipe, our stress balls. I want to thank everybody for joining me for Feel Good Friday. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for is our brain teaser, which asks us, can you find the mistake?